Okay. Thank you for coming tonight. I want to thank you for also letting me record this for education purposes and kind of a reflection of my counseling as well.
Yes.
So you did go through our intake process briefly. I know that they ask a little bit of background information, and I want us to kind of start with what brings you here today.
I've just been very overwhelmed. Just with work, going to school, and really like with family. It's just been a lot for me lately, just trying to balance all three, and still trying to really be the best in all three. And I'm finding that very hard, and it's very discouraging to me, and it's I'm having anxieties of not being able to complete and complete school, just doing my best at work and being the best, wife and mother I can be. And this sister, mother, to my other family members, it's just been taking a toll on me.
Sounds like you play a lot of roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds like you actually, you take pride in your standing in those roles and that they are very important to you.
Yeah, I do. I want to do everything to the best of my ability. Failing's not an option.
Right.
It's not an option.
Right. So it sounds like you put a lot of pressure on yourself to fulfill these roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people depend on me if I don't. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. But now it's starting to be too much, and I'm more scared. Before, I guess I would be able to shake it off and be able to just kind of, let it kind of fuel me. But I'm not shaking it off so easily. Sometimes I'm feeling like I'm dropping the ball. I'm letting people down. I'm letting myself down. So.
Yeah. Kind of taken away from that focus.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're spread thin.
I am. I am. It even has, I've noticed it's even affected my health. Find myself, getting, eating more. So I've gained some weight. Because I'm all over the place. I've had lots of colds,
Yeah.
and I'm never sick. That's crazy. So.
They say sometimes that when your body releases more of that stress chemical, your immune system kind of gets in the sacrifice part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can definitely see that it's affecting you and that it's causing an issue for you. Have you noticed a steady change in pattern of your behavior or how you react to things?
Yes. I'm just kind of short. And I think that plays out a lot more at home. I'm really short with my children and my husband, where, they're just kind of happy to see me, happy to kind of be around when I'm around. But I have so much other things to do, I can't give them the attention, that they need. And then if they do, sometimes I feel like they're bothering me.
So you have that kind of irritable sense,
yeah.
would you say?
Yeah. Sometimes I just want to, when I go home, I don't want to do anything. I just want to be left alone,
Yeah.
I guess I'm looking for just some peaceful my time.
Right. Kind of be able to regroup and remotivate and be able to trudge along.
Yeah, most of the time, when I do, I don't want to do anything. It just seems like everybody needs something from me. If it's not work, they need this report done, or they need this done, and they need me to cover this, or need to take on this extra task. If it's at school, this project needs to be done, this paper needs to be written, and then it's at home, dinner needs to be cooked, bills need to be paid. It's just way too overwhelming.
Yeah. It seems that way. I can definitely get that sense from you.
Yeah.
Has anyone said anything in your family that would make you feel like maybe, because you had picked up on your mood changes around them, have they picked up on any of that?
Yeah, my husband has, the kids haven't really said too much, they're kind of like a little frazzled by it at times, but like, my mom has also,
Mhm.
but, I'm just like, cause I'm like busy, I'm like, I have so much to do, you guys don't understand.
Sounds like you have a big family too.
I do. I do have a big family. I mean, like we're just very close knit. I have my mom. I have two brothers. Nieces and nephews.
hmm
My dad.
Do they all live with you or?
No, my dad lives with me.
Okay.
So, and that's tough too.
hmm
So.
Are you also taking care of him?
Yes.
Okay, so that's also added onto your plate of things that
Yes.
you're tending to.
So it's taking care of him, because he's not working.
hmm
And, it's hard because, it's like, it's another mouth to feed,
Yep.
And just, the bills are more, they're more now because he's there,
Right.
you
It's
know,
one,
and
one
then
extra head.
even though he lives with us, like, my mom, and my brothers, they depend on me at certain, me and my husband at certain times, to do this, could they borrow something for this, or, and it's just way too much.
Yeah. It's a little extra weight on, that's just putting on anxiety, it sounds like.
Yes.
What would you like to see, what would a goal for you be out of therapy?
I guess just a way to possibly, manage these things. I mean, they're tough things, but not to be so overwhelmed with them.
To kind of handle the emotions
To be able to,
in a segued way.
right,
Kind of
that I'm not
differentiate.
taking it out on others. That I'm not feeling so withdrawn at times.
Would you say that you feel you project your emotions incorrectly? So if you have a stress from work, do you project it to people at home? Or if you have a stress from school, is it projected on, are you having a hard time focusing at work? Do you project emotions towards your colleagues in a certain way, or do you say that your emotional state's pretty
No,
neutral?
I'm pretty neutral at work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same at work. I just do what I need to do.
Has your quality of work gone down to you, do you know,
No.
that you've picked up on? Okay. Because usually that's a pretty good determination of kind of how severe one level may be, or what kind of portion of your life would need the first amount of attention,
Yeah, that hasn't really changed much.
Okay.
Because all in all, that's what I do Monday through Friday.
hmm
It's, I try not to let that like interfere, because that's my bread and butter. That's how we eat.
Right.
I can't really slack in that.
That's your staple.
Right? And then
Mhm.
like school, like you pay thousands and thousands of dollars to be here. Like
Why waste it?
you can't waste that either.
Yeah.
So I guess all the emotions, I guess, is going to home.
Yeah. It sounds like you've got a pretty good grasp on your priorities, though. You do know that work and school are essential, and being able to provide for your family, which is good. It shows that you're thinking clearly, which is a good place to start. And I think that all of these emotions would be an incredible amount for anyone to handle. And I think that working through kind of the motions and being able to talk about what you're feeling this week, or kind of recapping on a weekly basis to say, well, this is something I saw that might have triggered a reaction that you pay attention to. I think you identify really well with what's going on, and that it's easy for you to kind of see what's going on, which I think is very good, and I think that's a positive.
Okay.
Usually, how this would work would be 12 to 13 sessions, about half hour to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending upon how much, you feel you'd like to talk or kind of express and explore. But I would like to continue this if you are open to it.
Yes.
Kind of create a goal guideline and figure out, where you'd like to see progress be made and what kind of changes you'd like to see, and not necessarily homework, but kind of like checking in and emotionally being coherent with where you are. I think that awareness is really, it sounds like it's grounding to you, and I don't know if that's something that you've picked up on through kind of trying to deal with it on your own, and I'm not sure what other sources. Have you been to therapy before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, good to know. So have you been put on any medications for anything?
No medications. I mean, just for like my colds, like,
Okay.
But that's it.
And just one other question, has anything run in your family? Like with your, you live with your father, your mother, anything on your end of the family that?
No.
Okay. So that's.
Like, what do you mean, like depression or?
Right, like does depression run in your family, or
yes.
any substance abuse or any?
Depression.
Bipolar? Okay. On your father?
From my mom.
Okay.
And and my grandmother.
Okay.
Like they suffered from depression, her mom.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate the severity of your sadness or a depressed type of mood?
I wouldn't call it depressed.
Well, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
What would your dominant emotion be?
Like just frustrated.
Okay.
It's like, I feel like I know school's not going to last forever, so I don't feel like I'm that boxed in, but it's just the weight of it right now, and
The coping.
Yeah, and it's just heavy, and it's just kind of, like I said, I'm just nervous about finishing on top, and still being able to balance everything else and doing those things. So,
Okay.
I don't know, I don't think I'm depressed. Like when I want to be alone, it's just kind of to get my head, you know what I mean?
To have that kind of peaceful time.
Right.
Okay.
Like just that peaceful time. Watch smut TV.
The mindless activities.
Mindless activities, yep.
Okay. I think it'd be a good idea to kind of see, in terms of when you're feeling things, we can exercise different strategies of coping and see what makes you feel the best and what doesn't work for you.
Okay.
So we can kind of get a big, broad picture of everything that's involved in this, because you said your work and you said your school and it's your family, so it's a majority of your time.
Right.
So that's a big thing, and we want to be able to capture that and make sure that it's manageable for you.
Okay.
So I think that if we meet next week at the same time,
Okay.
we can get a little bit clearer goals, baby steps, and kind of get the ball rolling and check in and see where we are then.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.